Welcome back to 21 Days of Holiday Healthy Coping Skills. Today we are on day 11 and we are going to use the 5 senses to self-soothe again. Try saying that 5 times fast. You already know what the 5 senses are. We're going to talk about specific ways you can just bring with you little elements of being able to self-soothe in the moment really quickly if you need. I'm going to give you some examples of things you can carry, how you can set this up so it's very user-friendly and you can just pull them out without thinking much in order to utilize a healthy coping skill instead of go into some of our more negative coping mechanisms. Coping mechanisms are actually things that we inherently do, things that our bodies and our minds have developed in order to protect our being in some sort of way. If that's self-soothing, it might be we overeat, right? That would be a coping mechanism. Something that is kind of innate is generally the pattern that comes up without thought, without thinking. What we're trying to do with healthy coping skills and learning new healthy coping skills is remove the thing that is unhelpful or might be actually causing us harm in other ways and replace it with something that is more positive and helpful for our future selves, to the places we're trying to go and to reach the goals we're actually trying to accomplish. I'm gonna go through the 5 senses and just show you little things you can do and bring up a couple other things you can do to help incorporate healthy coping skills or use the tools at your disposal each and every day. For sight, my thing would be to try to carry something small that brings you a little bit of joy, okay? My little guy here, baby Groot. This used to be a keychain. The keychain part fell out, so I can't carry him everywhere on my keys, but if I wanted to, I can put it in my purse. I can bring it with me on my purse and I can put it in my pocket if I want. And I can really think of how cute he is and maybe even attach baby Groot to certain memories I have. Maybe that's going to see the first Avengers movie and how much fun I had, who I was with, whatever. But attaching a little token or item to a fun or fond memory can actually be a way to give yourself like an adult emotional safety blanket. You know, it's a transitional object. As it is, I keep baby Groot on my desk usually, and my daughter often will come in my office and move him around places, but he's usually close by. Another way to use sight is to get a pin or a patch to put on your bag or something you're wearing constantly. Another thing you can do for sight is to actually have your favorite picture. I have my daughter always as the background on my phone, and it actually changes once every hour to a new picture. So it kind of helps me not be so complacent in just like, this is there, and not ignore the fact that the photo is there, but see something new. And sometimes it's a surprising, lovely memory of her, and I can really take that in and sit with it for a second. So once again, mindfulness comes into play with using the 5 senses as a coping tool. For sounds, I'm gonna say make a playlist on YouTube or whatever streaming service you usually use. Make a playlist that will help you to utilize things like binaural beats or meditation music. You can use your favorite song, especially if it's from kind of an uncomplicated, maybe childhood memory, somewhere in like teenagehood, and it just made you feel good and upbeat. You can use that to kind of like boost you up. Just play it off your phone real quick. One thing I was really excited to share with y'all, this is aragonite, and it's a stone that's really helpful in healing old emotional wounds. But more so, look at the crystals on this. Like, look how many different pieces this has and just the intricacies of this, right? And so not only can I feel this and feel the different ridges and different parts of this, but I can also look at it. I can also use sight to look at it, and maybe I can count how many crystals are on one side of it. What this does, once again, mindfully zoning in on one thing, one specific area, in order to redirect our thoughts and train our minds to go somewhere else. I'm going to use crystals because I think crystals are a wonderful healing tool and something that you can easily keep in your pocket, in your bra. I did that for so many years, just like pop one in, especially if it's small. But this is ruby fuchsite. It's also really helpful for optimism, hope, and personal growth. And so not only can we feel these stones, kind of use them as a worry stone, rub them, feel the smoothness of them, it's also going to impart some kind of energetic healing and intentions with us as well. You may or may not have seen this stone in my video yesterday. I was holding on to it. Blue stones in general are really good during Mercury retrograde because it helps to open up the throat chakra. Of what is blocked during Mercury retrograde is communications, is how we communicate, how we express ourselves. So opening up throat chakra, find a blue crystal. This is blue calcite, and what I love about this, it's just perfect enough to fit in your palm. It's something soothing about it. It's also very smooth, and so once again, that feeling of touch can just be a very calming, energetic tool. Taste, I really wanted to have some red hot, what are they called? Atomic fireballs. I love atomic fireballs. They actually helped me quite a lot when I was pregnant and having severe nausea. The cinnamon of it just kind of helped soothe me even more so than ginger did at the time. But the thing about fireballs is they're very nostalgic for me of spending summers in New Orleans at my grandma's house. So being able to have those fireballs was very comforting for me during my pregnancy. And even today, if I go and pick up one, it's very nostalgic in a positive way. Because I'm a Cancerian, nostalgia can also be very harmful to me, but this is a way that I found was very loving, and it kind of brings me back to a very loving and loved space. Also, think about grandma candies, whether that's the little strawberry candy, something that you like that brings up a fond memory. Those can be really helpful when you're talking about taste. You can also use a peppermint. Peppermint tends to zap us out of whatever we are up here and into our bodies. There's just such an overpowering sense when we smell peppermint. We have no choice but to come to the present moment. So if you don't have a nostalgic candy, a grandma candy kind of thing, then try a peppermint and see how that works for you. And lastly, smell. This is one of my favorite tools because the sense of smell is so powerful and so strong in bringing us into emotional regulation, whether that is connecting a scent, an essential oil or what have you, to a positive memory, which we can do in moments where we're not overstimulated and actually in a positive, good mood. We can just take a certain essential oil, smell it, and we start connecting that scent with a memory of positivity, with a feeling, with an emotion. And so being able to utilize smell in a way to bring your mind back to positive emotions is also a really good tool and something that you can train your body to do over time along the way. So make sure that you have your scent ready, especially when you're feeling good emotions. Now, one thing you can have on you, I have this small piece of cinnamon. This is a real cinnamon stick. This is a bigger one, but this one is kind of broken off and it's so small that you can fit it in your purse, you can fit it in your pocket, you can bring it with you wherever. And when you smell it, you're gonna have the cinnamon scent. Instead of an essential oil, which might spill in your purse or spill on your person and do a lot, you can just have a small little thing that reminds you of positive things or brings in a different emotion, elicits a different response. You also might consider getting a small sachet and putting in something like dried lavender or another herb that feels good and smells good to you. Another way to incorporate smell is to use a lovely smelling lip balm or chapstick. May these tools help you to stay grounded and stay well and pull yourself out if you feel like you're spinning too deep in. Make sure you're following me and come back for more holiday healthy coping skills. I'll see you next time. Bye.